Hello, my students and listeners at home. Welcome to online teaching from St. Charles College, Onitsha. My subject is mathematics. Topic probability 1 by Mrs. Anyabolu. Basic objective at the end of this, students will be able to 1. Define probability. 2. State the properties of probability. 3. Define and express some important terms used in probability. 4. List the chance instrument used in probability. 5. Two types of probability. 6. Define equiprobable sample space. 7. Calculate the probability of any event. Introduction. In everyday life, expectations may either come as expected or not. When, for instance, somebody does business, the person either succeeds or fails in the business. Whatever happens, everything a person attempts to do is a trial, while the result of such attempt is the outcome. The word probable is used to qualify events which are likely to happen. The study of the chance of a certain event occurring is called probability. Definition of probability. Probability is defined as a measure of the likelihood of occurrence of events. It is usually defined as a fraction. That is, probability equals number of required outcomes over total number of possible outcomes. P of E equals N of E over N of S. Example, in a basket, there are 10 oranges and 2 are bad. Find the probability of getting a bad and a good orange. B, a bad orange. C, either a good or a bad. Solution. N of S equals 10. N of B equals 2. N of G equals 10 minus 2, which is 8. Probability of getting good means N of E over N of S, that's 8 over 10, simplified to 4 over 5. P of bad, N of E over N of A equals 2 over 10 equals 1 over 5. Probability of either G or B equals G is 8 plus 2, which is bad, over the total. That is 10 over 10 equals 1. Probability of not bad, N of E over N of S equals 8 over 10, simplified to 4 over 5. That means getting good ones. Properties of probability. The properties of probability, probability of an event to occur always ranges from 0 to 1. That means it lies between 0 is less than or equal to S, S is less than or equal to 1. 2. The probability of an event that cannot happen is 0, which is an impossible event. Example, getting a human being with 6 heads. 3. The probability that an event must happen is 1, which is an event that is certain. Example, tomorrow being Tuesday, if today is Monday. The probability of success plus the probability of failure is equal to 1. That is, probability of success plus probability of failure equals 1. If you want to get probability of success, that is 1 minus probability of failure. To get probability of failure, that is equal to 1 minus probability of success. Basic terms in probability. 1. Experiment. A probability experiment is a test in which we perform a number of trials to enable us to measure of an event occurring. The chance instruments are die, that is Ludo seed, coins, and a pack of playing cards. 2. Experimental outcomes. When an experiment is performed, a result is required. The result obtained from a trial of an experiment is the outcome of the experiment. For example, if a coin is tossed once, the outcome may be either a head or a tail showing up. The outcome when a die is cast once could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Every single trial of an experiment has only one outcome. Random experiment. A random experiment is an experiment whose outcome cannot be exactly predicted. For example, in tossing a coin, a referee cannot say for sure whether the corn will land with the head up or with the tail up. This involves random experiment. Sample space. The sample space of an experiment is the set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. The sample space is denoted by x. The number of outcomes in the sample space is written as n of x. Example, if a die is cast 1, the set of all possible outcomes or sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. While each of the numbers 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 is a sample point. For set of English alphabets, sample space S equals A, B, C, to Z. While each of the letters, such as A or B or C, etc., is a sample point. A sample point is an element of the sample space. Event space. An event space is a subset of the sample space. It is a part of the sample space that is required. The event space is denoted by E. The number of outcomes in an event space is written as N of E. If S is the event space of even numbers from the sample space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then that is equals 2, 4, 6. The event space of vowels from the sample space of English alphabet, A, B, C, to Z. Sample space, that is the sample space. Event space is A, E, I, O, U. Types of probability. 1. Experimental probability. Experimental probability is the probability of an event derived or calculated from the result of an experiment. In this case, we use records of past events to predict the future. Example, if a die is tossed once, write out the sample space. Find the probability of getting an even number, a prime number, and a 9. In a die, sample space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now n of x equals 6. Even number, that is some event space 2, 4, 6. N of e equals 3. P of e is now n of e over n of s, which is 3 over c, that is half. Prime numbers, event space 2, 3, and 5. N of e equals 3. Prime numbers, event space 2, 3, 5. N of e 3. P of prime numbers, n of e over n of s, that is 3 over c, which is half. A 9. Event space is empty set because there is no 9 in tossing a die. So n of e equals 0. Probability of getting 9 in tossing a die is now n of e over n of s, which is 0 over c, that is 0. Example 2. A die is rolled 200 times. The outcomes obtained are shown below. Number on the die is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of times 1 shown up 25, 2, 30, 3, 45, 4, 28, 3, 40, 6, and 32. Find the experimental probability of obtaining a number less than 5, B, a number divisible by 3. Solution. Probability of obtaining a number less than 5 means getting 1 to 4. So 1 appears 25 times, 2, 30 times, 3, 45, 4, 28. Adding them all over 200 gives 128 over 200, simplified to 16 over 25. The probability of getting a number divisible by 3. Number divisible by 3 among that are 3 and 6. Number of times 3 turned up is 45. Number of times 6 turned up is 32. So 45 plus 32 all over 200. That's the 77 over 200. Example 3. The table below shows the scores of group of students in an English test. Score 2, number of students score 2 is 2, number score 3 is 4. Number score 4 minus 7. Number scored 5 is 2. Number score 6 is 3. Number score 7 is 2. If a student is chosen at random from the group, What is the probability that students scored I4? I at least 6. Solution: the number of students in that test is now 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 equals 20. Then the number of students that scored 6 and above equals 3 plus 2 equals 5. So probability of scoring 4 is n of E over n of L, which is 7 over 20. Probability of scoring at least 6 equals 5 over 20, which is what? 1 over 4. Example 3. A bag contains 10 black balls, 5 white balls, 3 yellow balls. If a ball is picked at random from the bag, find the probability of getting a black ball. B, either white or yellow. Z, a blue ball. D, not getting yellow. Total number of possible outcomes there, 10 plus 5 plus 3 equals 18 balls. Probability of getting black, number of black 10, or total is 18, so that's simplified to 5 over 9. Probability of getting either white or yellow, white 5, yellow 3, which is 5 plus 3, 8 over the total, which is 18, simplified to 4 over 9. Probability of getting blue, no blue is there, so that is what? 0 over 18, which is 0. Probability of not getting yellow means 1 minus probability of getting yellow. That is 1 minus 3 over 18. That is simplified to 5 over 6. Or you say the getting others 5 plus 10 over 18 equals 15 over 18, which is 5 over 6. The second type of probability is theoretical probability. In theoretical probability, one does not need to carry out an experiment before finding the probability of an event. It's based on theory. Theoretical probabilities are probabilities calculated using the established facts and general knowledge about the event being considered. For example, the probability of a head showing up in a single toss of a coin is half. This is calculated based on the fact that a coin has only 2 faces. So the possible outcome is what? The sample space inside head or tail. Number of total outcome, possible outcome is what? 2. Probability of getting head is half. Probability of getting tail is what? Half. Example 2. A card is picked at random from a pack of playing cards. Find the probability of picking A diamond, a red card, C, a black heart, D, an ace, E, a 9 card, F, a red heart, G, either an ace or a 2 card, H, a non-digit card. Solution: before finding the probability, the following facts should be noted about a pack of playing cards. In a pack of playing cards, we have 2 colors, red and black. Under the red color, the diamond and hearts are red in color. Spades and club are black in color. Each we have ace of diamond, ace of heart, ace of spade, ace of club. Then each of them, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have jack, we have queen, we have king in each of that. So each of that are 13 in number. In each suit, there are 13 cards. Total number of the cards is 52. Solution: probability of getting a diamond, n of E over n of S equals 13 over 52, which is 1 over 4. Probability of getting a red card, n of E over n of S, we have 26 over 52, which is 1 over 2. Probability of getting black hearts, n of E over n of S, no black heart. So that is 0 over 52, which is 0. Since all hearts are red in color. D, probability of getting an ace, n of E equals 4, n of S equals 52. That is 1 over 13. E, probability of getting a 9 card, n of E is 4, n of S is 52. That is 1 over 13. Probability of getting a red heart, N of E is 13, N of S is 52. That is 1/4. G, probability of getting an ace or a 2, N of E over N of S equals 4 plus 4 over 52, simplified to 2/13. H, probability of getting non-digit card, N of E over N of S, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 16 over the total, simplified to 4/13. 6 non-digit cards are 4 A's, 4 Jacks, 4 Queens, and the 4 Kings. Equiprobable sample space. An equiprobable sample space is a sample space in which the events have equal number of sample points or elements. This means that each event has equal probability. Therefore, the sample space to which we assign each of the sample elements equal probability is called an equiprobable sample space. For example, in a single toss of a fair coin, each event, head or tail, has one sample point. That is, they have equal number of sample points or elements, one head and one tail. Hence, they have equal chances of showing up. The probability of each of a head or a tail showing up when a fair coin is tossed once is half. Also, in a single toss of a fair die, each event 1 to 6 on the die has an equal number of elements. The event of a 1 has only one element, which is 1. The event of a 2 has only one element, and so on. Hence, each of the numbers 1 to 6, when the die is cast once, has equal chances of showing up. Therefore, the probability of any of them showing up is 1/6. The sample space is 1 to 6 for a single toss of a die is an equiprobable sample space. Evaluation. A matchboard contains 5 unused sticks and 25 unused sticks. What is the probability that a stick chosen at random is unused? Number 2, a crate contains 5 eggs, out of which 18 are bad. If an egg is picked at random from the crate, what is the probability that it is good? 3, what is the probability that an integer selected at random from the set 20 to 30 inclusive is a prime number? 4, a fair die is rolled once. What is the probability of getting I a prime, a number 10? 5, the table below shows the scores of a group of students in a test. The probability that a student selected at random scores 4 and above. 7, in the classroom, there are 20 boys and 5 girls. If the door is opened by one of the pupils in the room, what is the probability that it is opened by a boy? 8, a card is picked at random from a pack of playing cards. Find the probability of picking I, a club, a black queen, a black card. 9, a letter is chosen at random from the alphabet. Find the probability that is the one of the letters of the word frequency. See, not one of the letters of the word table. Do the assignment and submit in my WhatsApp contact 08065130202. Thanks for listening.